Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my podcast, Wine Therapy. We're drinking Apothic Red Blend, rich and smooth, favorite red wine ever, and it's like $10. So cheers.
Cheers.
This is Karina.
Hi, guys.
I'm so excited. So Karina and I have been friends for what, like
3 years.
3 years?
3 years now. Yeah.
How old are you? 20?
20.
Okay, this is good. Karina's 20. I'm 23. We worked at the same boutique for a couple years after I shopped there for about a year and a half prior. So we go way back.
Yeah, she did some damage.
Yeah,
That's
we go
good.
way back. So we've had many hours of like sitting together and like talking and gossiping about everything, especially dating life and what we're gonna be talking about, situationships.
The best.
The queen of them right here.
Cut it out.
Well, actually, when I was like trying to prep this podcast episode, I was actually laughing. So I was like, I don't know. I feel like the advice I gave you all these times is advice I would never personally take.
Yeah.
But I think I gave you that advice because of like how I am, which we'll get into. But like, I don't know. I talked to Chat about this one, and Chat was really spot on about how like I handle like a situationship or like talking stage and like early stages of like being excited about somebody, and like how Karina does. And it's like, I think it'll be good to have like both perspectives because like we're pretty like polar
It's a good
opposites.
Yeah, it's a good balance.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would, yeah. Okay. Karina, how would you say when you're like talking stage or like situationships, like let's hear your perspective on that.
Okay. Well, I think I would say I'm a hopeless romantic. I think I try to see the good in every single person I talk to, and I think if they're super, nice and seem genuine to me, I think I will always just like be super lusted and really just want to get to know them and know everything about them and do the most for them.
Find their mom on Facebook.
Find their mom on Facebook. What hospital they were born at. Just the little things. But, I think it's just like wanting to find the right person, and I think seeing the good in every single person has made it a little difficult just because I'm so like I'm looking over all the red flags, or maybe like
because you're hopeful. I feel like
I'm
hopeful
very
romantic.
hopeful.
It's like you're hopeful that like I also always think like when I was single, I would be like why would I not believe love bombing? It's like, why wouldn't you love me so much? Like not buy me flowers like every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's a little
And
egotistical, but like come on, like.
But I feel like I ask for the bare minimum, but I think the people I ask for the bare minimum think it's doing too much, which then, puts it in my perspective of like, oh my God, maybe I am too much, maybe I'm doing too much. But then it's just like, well, maybe they're just not the person that wants to do these things for me.
I also always think like when we talk about it, like I like have a whole nother episode on this, but like when you talk about these guys that you're like talking to, as somebody who's like just a couple years older than you, like that's it. But like the difference you see in how like a boy versus a man will approach like talking to somebody, where it's like the first thing I want to know is like, okay, is he texting you, or like are we talking about like Snapchat? Because like
she always had her big one to say about it.
Yeah,
she's like, is he texting you or is he snapping you?
Because it's like a big difference where it's like, I don't know, it's like,
yeah,
if his main form of communication is Snapchat, like maybe it's just like a maturity thing, like he's just not there. Because I feel like you've always been really mature for your age. Like when I first met you, I thought you were like my age. I was like, let's get drinks, and you're like, ooh, my fake works here, and I was like, guys, what? Like your boobs are also huge though, so that could be
that's a perk.
But I was like, I don't know, you've always like been mature for your age, that it's like I hate seeing like, I first of all hate the word like situationship. That I don't know why it just pisses me off, because like you should never be in a situationship. I think talking stage is better because it's like, I don't know, it's kind of an ick because you're like in middle school, you're like, oh, we're talking, but like it's true. It's like if you guys are like kind of like, the word for my parents is dating. Like my mom will literally be like, oh, well, you guys are dating, and I'm like, I'm not like his girlfriend, and she's like, but you guys are like dating, and I'm like, no, that's like, I get it because that's like dating around, but like our word happens to be situationship, and I think that what comes with that is just shitty, and like I never think that a relationship would come from a situationship. How would you define situationship actually?
I think it's like one or the other person not wanting to throw a label on it, but trying to keep the good vibes going. But so
That's a
I feel
really
like,
good way to put it,
and I think
actually.
also just like trying to do and doing all the relationships stuff without the label, because then like still gives that person the freedom to go and do other stuff without feeling like they're getting caught,
Oh my
or
God, that's like actually my personal hell.
like just being like feeling guilty that they did that,
Yeah.
or it's like a whole case of like cheating
They
and
don't want the
stuff.
like baggage of a
Exactly.
relationship,
They
but
don't
they
want
want the perks of it, of like a
exactly.
girlfriend.
And I think
Ew.
that's exactly. And I think that's where I lose myself in each time, because I'm like, oh my God, I think this situationship, like, well, it's going the right way. It's like I'm seeing the signs, but the signs, they're all red flags. Because if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah.
He really would. And it's,
Well, I think the green flags overrule, is it the word?
yeah,
Overrule the red because like it's so hard to find like the bare minimum now
it is.
that it's like if he like opens the door. I remember like telling my mom like after I went on a first date with this guy, I was like, yeah, he did all the right things. Like he walked on the right side of the sidewalk, he opened the door for me, and I'm like, wait, like that's square one. Like if he's not doing those things, it's like bye bye. But like that's hard to find. So it's like when you do find that, those are the things that stick out, not the
Yeah.
like, oh well, he didn't like, I don't know.
And you want to hold on to it too, because you think there's not going to be another person like this that will come around again and understand you, which really they don't, because if they did understand you, they would do what you wanted them to do,
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just wanting to find the right relationship with the right person. And
How do you fall for love bombing? That sounded super harsh, but I was like sitting here like smirking because I was like, okay, we got to pivot now because now we've like defined situationship and like how we see it because that was actually helpful for me because like I don't know, like I don't know. It's been a while, so I just like I don't know, but like early on, how do you differentiate if it's like actually potential and like going in the right direction of like being with somebody versus like let's just see how it goes and like falling for the look? Because I think of like dating apps and it's like I have a friend who just like met this guy
yeah,
and she's like, I deleted all my like dating apps because I'm like so excited. And I'm like, I mean, that's fair because like I'm kind of the same way. Like when I'm talking to one person, I'm only talking to that person.
yeah.
And I feel like women are naturally like that, where it's like we're kind of monogamous, but like I don't think I said that word right. Monogamous.
I
Okay.
don't know what you're asking me. English is not my first
Cut.
language.
But like I feel like women are naturally like that when like they meet somebody, they like want to
Yeah,
put all their eggs in that basket. So it's
yeah,
like in a way, like a situationship isn't like fuck, I don't want to say it. It's not like toxic where it's like, oh, well, I'm like excited to get to know you. So like, let's do that. It's just like a different way of like going about it. Cause I know women who also do that and they like serial date a little bit. They'll like match with somebody on Hinge, go on a date, and then the next day go on a date with somebody else. It's like,
yeah,
that's not doing anything wrong necessarily. But like,
yeah.
I think the difference, like, they have to be honest about it. But like, I don't know. When you're early in like a talking stage with somebody or like a situationship, like, do you know what's going on? Or are you like, do you have rose colored glasses on where you're just like, oh, well, like, what if this does work out? Or like, what if he like,
No, I
blah, blah.
always have my what if it works out glasses, because I'm like, why wouldn't it? Like, I just think, if
Mm-hmm.
it's exactly like the vibes I'm going for, it's totally gonna be like, oh my God, I'm gonna marry this person. Like, I literally, and I will say, I have been on Tinder and Hinge, and
Hell
I'm
yeah.
no shame on it.
Yeah, duh.
But that was like, I was a person that was like, I would never do that. Like, I was in a relationship for 3 years, so it was never like
Mm-hmm.
a thing of like, oh my God, like I found my person. I would never do that. But it's kind of hard when you get out of a relationship and then try to find the next person, and you see these little potentials coming up, and you just think, okay, well, let me try it out. And I put all my eggs in one basket. I really do. I cannot. I don't know how people can just put like put little things in other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just like, if I'm gonna give you my all, I'm gonna give you my all.
Yeah.
And I think that's what ends up hurting me the most at the end of it, is because like I put all my potential in you, and I was just like a little small case to you. So yeah, it was just like,
I think that's like, I don't know. I think it's super interesting because like that's the advice that like I that's what I was like saying kind of towards the beginning of this episode where it's like when I'm the opposite. Like I don't the love bombing thing doesn't work on me because like I am an avoidant, so like it takes me a long time to come
Yeah.
around. So it's like if I'm like talking to somebody, then like I'll intentionally just like kind of disappear if I like start to like them because it's like I don't know, I won't get hurt that way. And so it's like kind of the opposite, but it's also like what you're saying where it's like, oh, I get hurt by the what if because like if you don't have that like closure talk of just say, okay, like what just happened.
Yeah.
I have the what if from like it's like my fault. I'll be like, shit, like what if I didn't like ghost him? Like what would have happened then?
Yeah.
I don't know. Cause like that's what haunts me. And like I always tell like my friends when they're like, I was just talking to Ashton about this the other day. We're like, I was like, well, just like try and like give it your all, like 100% go in for it.
Yeah.
Like put all your eggs in that basket. If it doesn't work out, then you can look back on it and be like, okay, wasn't meant to be, didn't work out for a reason. And like look back on it and have no more what ifs because it's like you were your like true self. So it's like if it doesn't work out still, then like obviously it's not your person.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's advice that I like wish I took, but like I never did. But like I guess it's fine because I'm dating Jack now.
But
But
like I'm getting into a mentality of where it's like because I put all my baskets in one person every single time, it's like, oh my god, there's no hope. Like I feel like I
yeah,
really
that's
tried my
defeating as
yeah,
fuck. Yeah,
it
that's
is.
really
And it's
defeating.
just so fucking draining and it's so just like, what's the point of this, And like I have all my friends telling me, like, we love you for who you are, we like that you do this. We
Mm-hmm.
like you should like this is who you are. You put
Mm-hmm.
all your effort in one person. But I'm like, what's the point if every single person drains out a little bit of life out of me and then
Yeah.
I end up like I'll look back at the situation and I'll grow from it and think, okay, like these are things I would not want to repeat in the next person I'm seeing and dating and stuff. But it's just like I'm so over trying. I'm just so over trying.
Where
Like,
are you then? Like, is that where you are in like your dating life right now? Because I was gonna say, how do you like keep trying? Like, because like you know what I mean though. Like, how do you
no,
keep going? Because it's like shit that didn't work out. Like shit that didn't work out. Like how like where do you stand with that now? Because it's like
yeah.
how do you like push through that and like still like give it a go and like or are you more closed off now? Because like that's what I always felt like. Is like I don't know, like things wouldn't work out. It hurt so bad that it's like the next time, like I wouldn't let myself get excited. And then it turned me into like the avoidant that I am, where it's just like it's easier to just like disappear before you get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like the right thing to do at all, but like how do you avoid going down that path?
I think the help of getting therapy right now has definitely helped my case
Yeah.
100%. But I think where I'm at right now is
Okay,
I don't
wait,
want to
tell the people
try
about that actually. That
about
you
what.
like just started therapy.
Um,
That's
I think
huge.
I started therapy just to kind of help myself get the guidance of like, what am I looking for and what do I want? Because, it was, I just like, I was so hopeful. I was a hopeless romantic. I always was just like trying to see the good in people. And I can definitely take accountability for my actions too. I don't think I was a perfect person too, but I think it's because I just kept like rebounding to like the next person, but always trying to see the full potential in them rather than just trying to hook up with them or have it be like a one-time thing. So, I think just like starting therapy is definitely helping me guide myself of like, okay, I actually am not into the hookup culture. I don't want to do it. I want to be with just one person and be head over heels with them. And a big one, this is so ironic, kind of cutting off drinking, considering this is a,
Considering we already went through a bottle.
considering we already went through a bottle.
Our teeth are
But
already red.
but
Shit.
I think like just kind of trying to find my way of like balancing myself with school and work and my hobbies and not letting the one person um just take away everything that I'm working on right now. And one of my best friends, Rosa, actually told me like this theory of five fingers. Like your thumb should be your school or work, then it should be your friends or family, then friends and hobbies, and then the
Mm-hmm.
pinky should be the man you're with. And when
I
that
like that.
man is taking over all your fingers and
That's all you
just,
focus on.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's when you're wrong. You should
Yeah.
never let a man do that. And you know what? It's okay. Everyone feels that, everyone goes through that, but trying to find the red flags in every person is hard because if you're so just lusted and want to see the best in people, it's hard. But how you asked me of like, how do I do with the love bombing? How do I just keep trying? You know, I feel like I am losing that battery in myself of like, I don't want to try anymore. But that's another thing I love about myself is how much I do put in a lot of effort, and in every relationship and friendship I have, I do put in a lot of effort and a lot of my time, and I would say I'm a very generous person when it comes to people. And
you actually have the biggest heart like ever.
thank you.
That it's like you will like find that like I think that I would say like oh my god that like makes me so sad that you're like going down that path of like I don't have the battery in me to keep trying.
Yeah.
But like in a way that could be a good thing.
For sure.
Cuz like now you have time to like charge yourself up and
Yeah.
like focus on yourself like you're going through therapy and like I don't know. I feel like that's like all the right steps so that the man could be the pinky.
Yeah.
And not the whole hand. I like that.
Yeah. No, yeah. And you know, I just went to Europe for the first time on my own for 2.5 weeks, and it was honestly the best cleansing thing I could have done for myself. You know, just seeing a whole different side of the world and the people and the culture and everything was just so epic. And I think like I'm in the right path of going in the right direction of like, you know, I want to heal myself first because I think what I did was, you know, because of the rebounding, I never healed from each person and really accepted that fact. I just moved on to the next person that gave me that same potential, and it just crushed
you didn't
me
have
more
time
and more.
to actually like
Exactly.
process what was happening.
Exactly. So I feel like starting therapy and really being able to process it and
that's
being
awesome.
able to talk about all these guys that you know,
maybe we are the same. Because like that's no, I'm not even kidding. Like I was having really bad crash outs, and like my therapist, who I see like once every 4 years, she was like, "Yeah, it's because you don't like think about things.
No,
like you just like move on." And like maybe it's not with actually no, it was like totally with guys. Like when I was still single, it's not that I was like super excited. It was like a different way, but it was the same pattern of like, okay, I'd be talking to somebody and it would like fill that like void. Not that I necessarily like saw them as like being my boyfriend at any point. It was just more like having somebody like male attention. And then like if that one like went away, like I wouldn't really like honestly think I'd be hurt by it because I'm like, sorry, like I can find someone else like immediately or like I already have someone else.
I love that mentality though.
But
I
like,
wish I had it.
I that's the thing though. I'm like, they're so similar though.
Yeah.
Like even though I didn't think it hurt, and I'd be like, oh, I'm just like on to the next. Like I think it maybe did hurt, and I just like didn't process it because I was just like, oh well, if like you're not gonna work out, like someone else will. So I think like almost like that was weird. Like everything you just said, I was like, wait, that's like kind of relatable. After we just said we're so different, like that's really similar.
Yeah. There are I mean I feel like that's why we're friends too, is like we really like give advice on like the things that we would never take our own advice on. But,
yeah, that's so true.
You know, it's great.
Okay, so I don't want to put like words in your mouth at all, but like coming from like have been there and also like thinking about it, I always thought like being with like the male attention that I always like had like hits of where it was like literally dopamine of just like, oh, this guy's obsessed with me. Like he wants me to date him. Like now I'm good. Like it was just like so cold hearted, but it was like validation still. And I don't think I realized that I was getting that male validation, that it's like in a way, like when this like situation or like talking stage fails, is it like a validation thing that like feels like, okay, I'm not validated. Like I need a different man to like validate like how great of a person I am or like how hot I am or like whatever. Like, did that make any sense?
No, that made sense. Okay. I think how I would validate is like after I would get out of a talking stage, I would just my always thing was like, what did I do wrong and why didn't it work out? And like I would always blame myself for it. And it's just like wait, I lost my train of thought.
Well, I think okay. I regained a train of thought. Guys, I think I lost it. Oh no. I'm having hot flashes too. I've had too much wine. Okay, wait. Okay. I think almost in a way, like to me, it was always an ego thing.
Like, no, you know what? It is an ego thing.
Someone's pulling away. I'd be like, okay, like watch me do it better. And I think that's why I'm an avoidant. I don't think it's like by nature. It's just more like you're pulling back, like watch me pull back.
Yeah.
Like this is my choice, not yours. Or like if a guy ends things with me, which never happens. Like, guys, help. I'm actually a narcissist. Like, I can't even help not to say that. I'm so hot. Oh my God.
I'm getting hot flashes.
Okay. I feel like if a guy would end something or ended something, I'm just gonna say it. Like, I like literally can't even say it.
No,
if a guy ends something with me, then almost in a way what I used to do or like want to do, like a pattern I had maybe in college, like if so and so, this sounds so bad, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, but like reframe. Okay, if somebody were to end something with me, I would be like, okay, well, like, you don't want me like other people do, so like I'm gonna go hook up with somebody at a bar.
Yeah.
And like that's almost like, I don't, deep down, I genuinely don't know how to answer this, if it's like my ego or if it's like actually feeling hurt and being like, I need
think
like
it's both.
validation. Like, is it I need validation? Like, I don't think I do, because like I'm super confident and like know my like value and like my worth. So I'm like, I don't want to say that's like I need male validation to like remind myself that I'm like a bad bitch, but like it helps.
Really,
like when you go home with a guy and you're like, yeah, you don't want me, like other people too. So like I don't know. I need a hair tie.
You know
but, like,
what?
Did that make any
No,
sense?
that made a lot of.
Okay.
Okay, I think when I get out of a talking stage with a guy, I think I try to always one up them. So it's definitely an ego thing for me, because
Okay,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay, if I'm posting up like way hotter than I was a week ago, if I'm like,
You're lost. Like, it's the classic,
lost.
like,
Exactly. I will literally buy and plan a trip just to be spiteful and look like my life is going great when really I'm fucking crying on my flight there.
I have a really awesome question. Do you think that like is an attempt to like we were saying before, where it's like, if a situation like you're being hopeful,
oh,
like,
fuck
do you
yeah!
think that's you being like, oh yeah, like fuck you, like, are you just trying to make him miss you so he like reaches out again because you're
Fuck
like
yeah.
still like, yeah.
Fuck yeah. No, you know what? Everything you said was right. Because I'm like, okay, well, if you're seeing my life is so great, you're seeing what I'm missing out on, or what you're missing out on,
Mhm.
and you know, then you want to kind of get that life back. But you know what? When they do come back, when your life is so fucking put together, and in Europe and everywhere else you're going, and you're going to a sick concert, that's when they fucking reach out, and that's when you're like, no, you know what?
Yeah.
I
was gonna say, I feel like you actually like moved past that, kind of, where you're just like, I'm posting this for me, not for like someone else.
do.
Yeah.
You know,
That's awesome.
Like, I would say I definitely post like on my story, let's say, like for someone and I really want to have them see it, like I will literally scroll through the people that viewed my story just to fucking see that he's.
Why hasn't Instagram come up with the fucking search yet?
No, why?
That's on purpose. They want screen times to go up on Instagram.
No, they really do. They really do. My screen time is like 8 hours a day on Instagram. It's bad. Scrolling.
Did he see?
No, and I'm like half blind too, so like, I will pass his name like 4 times. But you know, that is just like, I think trying to show them what they're missing, I think it definitely is an ego thing. Is I don't want them ever to see that like I'm so miserable and I'm having so much shit going on. And guess what? I do. You gotta fake it till you make it.
So true.
Like, honestly, when I went to Europe, that was like my, what's it called? Cry out for help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, like, I got out of a situationship over the summer that, you know, that
took me a second. I was like, damn, like, I didn't know that.
You know, I booked my trip 3 weeks before I flew out to Europe, so that was just like a fully like, fuck it, I'm sending it, like, I'm going, like, I literally took like a month. I took a month from like social media. I deleted all my socials, and I just really just wanted to like lock in and focus on myself and focus on like how I'm mentally doing. That's when I started therapy, and it was so hard, you know, to start that, but like, just fuck it, booking the flight and just fucking going, and like,
it's like almost like a reset.
It really was a reset, and it was really like, I can't believe I fucking can do that at 20 years old. Like, if I put,
that's
and I think that's my thing. Like, I'm not good book smart, but I'm very street smart, and I think like, if I put the mentality of wanting to do something, like, I will fucking get it done in a heartbeat. And I think like,
that was awesome that you did that. I like actually like so proud of you for doing that. That was so awesome.
Thank you. And I think just like, you
Just have
know,
the courage to do that too, to like get on a plane like by
I
yourself,
hate
like to go
flying
across the
too.
country.
The
That's
anxiety
nuts.
I get from flying is actually unfucking real. And
Hmm.
having to take 8 flights while being in Europe was so diabolical. And if you know me, you know that I hate fucking flying. So it's it was really just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I've had enough and I feel like I earned it. And guess what? I paid for the whole thing myself and I was just like,
Hmm.
I'm just gonna do it.
Do you think like this is like totally pivoting and I wasn't planning on this, but I'm pondering.
Do it.
Do you think like past relationships that you have been in have like affected the way you approach dating or like everything that we just talked about? Do you think it's like, I mean, I'm sure I know it's part of like how you are and like you love like with your whole heart and I like love that about you, but do you think that you have like some past trauma from like past relationships or like friendships even, or just like anything that like you see patterns from like that maybe that triggered like a response of like feeling super hopeful and like, oh, this is gonna work out, but like it might just be like love bombing or like, do you see any relation?
I think I do sometimes, but I
Mm-hmm.
think I always try to be super hopeful and just try to see the good in people until they do me wrong. And I
Uh-huh.
think that's what bites me in the ass, like at the end of it, is because I'm like, I'm very trusting. Like, I trust people immediately.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard when they break that trust. And I feel like I wouldn't say it's hard to regain my trust either. Like, if you fuck me over 3 more times, like, I will forgive you. But then, like, at some point, it gets me. But I think when it comes to like relationships and betrayals and friendships, even, like, I had like a recent case come up with me of like some two people that I loved very much at one point in my life, just doing something together that just, it really did hurt because
Mm-hmm.
I at the end of the day, like, even if like I wasn't in contact with those people, I still saw the good in them.
Yeah.
And I think,
Still care about them, still like
yeah,
have a place
so
in
it
your
just,
heart.
I think it betrayed of how I looked at them and how I approached them. Even like after losing contact, it was like I always still wished them the best. And because I did end on good terms with all of them, that I think it just really like hit me hard. Of I was like, wow, like I can't believe
You would
you
do
did this
that.
to me.
Well, it always hurts more when it's coming from somebody or like two people that you loved.
Yeah. But, and I hate to say, even like, when I found out about it, like I was pretty emotional, but then like I got over it pretty quickly. Like I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
really like distraught by it. And I think because of the timing of it, like I think from when that happened, like if I found out then, I would have been a lot more hurt by it. But I think now I was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Like life goes on, little baby.
Mm, so true.
Shit happens. And you know what? I think God just knew to take those people out of my life when he did. And
Yeah.
it was really hard during it, but
Well, I
it
also
meant a
think
lot.
that's like it's so much easier to forgive people that like you don't know as well. Like going back to like situationships or like
Yeah.
early talking stages, it's like it's easier to be like, oh, well, maybe he this, maybe that. Like when you know the person, it's easy to be like, no, like they know better. Like they wouldn't do that, like this and that. It's just like easier to forgive somebody where like you don't know them as well or like they don't know you as well as somebody like you have like
Yeah.
history with or like
Yeah.
someone like super close to you that like you love. Like it hurts way worse when it's coming from
No,
somebody
it really does. And you would think
you
that
care
like
for.
with time being past, like that much time being passed, like it really wouldn't affect you. But I think like when you develop that much love and care for those people and them just doing that to you, is just like you would think like I would never do this to you in a
Yeah.
lifetime. And it just like, makes you question people's like human decency and
Well, also, I've always said this about you too, because it's the same way I am, and I notice it in people, and it's so rare, but like loyalty to people,
yeah.
it's like when you say that, it's like I would never do that to you. Like
Yeah.
you mean that. Like I mean that. I would
Yeah.
never do that to you. So like why? So
Yeah.
like it almost feel like makes betrayal and hurt feel that much more hurtful
Yeah.
because it's like I would never have done that to you. Because, like,
Yeah.
it's just like a loyalty thing where it's like, I don't know, like, if you, a lot of people will like totally backstab you in that and they don't think it's a big deal because, like, well, oh, we haven't talked in X amount of years. It's like, doesn't matter. Like,
It
that's
doesn't
still like
matter. It's like
so.
there's 8 billion people in the world,
Exactly.
and you pick and choose to do those certain things. I think it's just like, it's disappointing when you really like had so much love and care and like
Yeah.
saw so much in those
Well, how
people
does
that,
that affect your relationships? Because, like, to me, that freaks me the fuck out. Because I'm like, how did I not know that? How did I not see that? And then I overthink and analyze every relationship and friendship that I have because I'm like, I have no trust. And, like,
yeah.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
No, that made sense. I think I choose to, I don't want to change anything about myself, because I think like if I start trusting people less and I don't open up more, that's changing who I am as a person. And like, as condescending as might sound, like I love who I am as a person. I
Mm-hmm.
love meeting people. I love loving people. I love caring
I
for
don't think
people. I
that's
love
condescending.
doing things for people. And I think just like, you know, that happened, that sucks, that hurts, but it makes you be one hell of a motherfucker.
Yeah.
That just sets you up for so much better in life. And I would never wish those things upon other people, even the people I hate. I hate having hate in my heart. And, you know, even those people that did those things that really affected me and hurt me, I would never wish that upon them. And I would never
Mm-hmm.
wish for them to feel what I felt. And it sucks. But you know, I'll say too is like, I don't think I'm perfect either. I think I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I think there's a lot of stuff that like I would take accountability for, and I should have taken accountability for, and I do take accountability for. Like, I think no one is perfect, but I think I don't want to look at people and just automatically think they have flaws and that they're not
Mm-hmm.
trustworthy. Like, I just want to love people for them and
That's good.
see the potential in every single person, because I think that's just like what a good, decent human being should do. Like, you
Yeah.
should always, you never know where people come from. You never know what people have gone through and why they're acting the way that they do. And, you
That's
know,
like inspiring.
and I
Like,
think,
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like,
no,
because
but
I'm like that. I
seriously,
like think that's like when someone betrays me, like I think that's like traumatic to me that I'm just like, ew. Like I never want to let anyone close because
yeah,
it freaks me out and like my judgment.
no,
Because
it
I'm like, if I
does.
let someone that close to me do something like that to me, I'm like, how did I miss that for like our entire friendship? Like,
Yeah.
but
But
also that's a bad way to think about it because it's like it wasn't our entire friendship. I was just missing something. It was like clearly something deeply rooted that I
yeah.
couldn't see. But
But you know what? The same case of like, you know, my, when I was going through the worst part, I think, in my young life, like, I think the two people that were really there for me were my best friends, Gabby and Bridget.
oh
And they, you know, including you too, like, you were there for me, like,
yeah.
when we were just like, when I was at work and she would just check in on me. Like, it's the people that were there for me when I was at my worst, and the people that I thought would be there for me that weren't. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what hurt more, and it was more of a betrayal, because I thought the people that I really cared for and loved for would be there for me even through my darkest time, and I
Mm-hmm.
knew that I wasn't the best version of myself. Like,
They didn't see
fuck,
it
I was
through.
miserable. Like, I
And
really
now they don't
was.
have the right word. They don't have the honor of knowing this version of you because they
Yeah.
weren't with you through the
Yeah.
not perfect side of you.
But I
You
think,
know,
yeah, but I think that's what makes me super grateful for the people I have in my life
totally.
right now and who is surrounded in my life, because they picked me up from my worst, and they really built me to, and like, I think
Mm-hmm.
my trust with people is definitely a lot more, like, I'm a little bit more cautious, but I still don't want to lose that part of myself that, like, I
Yeah.
love people. I love meeting new people. I love,
Yeah.
like, I will trust you with my whole life if we have a full on conversation for an hour, and like,
Mm-hmm.
it's, you know, like,
No, that's true. Like you, I think that's a good way to put it. Like I'm very cautious. Like I'm very guarded. I don't like.
yeah,
I love meeting people, but I'm like I will never trust
yeah,
you.
yeah,
So it's like even if like they came into my home, I'd still be like I don't trust you.
yeah,
But I think that's like a better outlook, and I'm like working towards getting to like
yeah.
your
But you know
perspective.
what? I think we're both trying to get each other in the middle, because
Yeah.
I shouldn't be too trusting and you should trust a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think finding that balance is exactly
True.
what everyone needs. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I get fucked over all the time. I think my generosity gets really fucked over all the fucking time. But you know what? It's my ego, and it's
Dude, I'm telling you, everything is ego driven.
It really fucking is. No, I will never fucking puncture my ego because, oh my god, that's more embarrassing to me than like eating shit on the stairs. Like, oh my god, no. I'm also getting more wine.
Oh my god. Okay.
Well,
closing remarks. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this kind of was all over the place, but I like loved every second of it.
I did too.
Like, we jumped around. It wasn't just about like situationships. It was like friendships, like just relationships in general.
Yeah. This has been a great 37-minute episode.
Oh fuck.
That much time went by?
I know, that's crazy.
Oh god, Mia.
Okay. We'll be back for another episode soon.
Part 2. Cut the cam.